Hey there, it's Keith Hayden, the digital novelist, back with day 4 recap of this 30-day experiment learning Korean with only AI. I finally updated my website with my new books and latest projects, and apparently it's not up there yet. I thought I updated it, but I didn't update this link. Well, it doesn't matter. The point is that this is all part of the Tower of Babbling. This is Tower of Babbling 2.0. This is an updated version of my very first book, Tower of Babbling, where I talked about all about how I learned Japanese and Spanish. And now here I am, almost a decade later, learning a brand new language with a brand new tool, AI. So if you're interested in the results of this entire experiment, or you want to check out the previous days, then go ahead to my website and I'll get this link fixed up next time I get over there. So, how did today go? Well, you saw the title, and day 4 is I titled "Do Not Use This Chatbot," and so today was supposed to be a simple review. I decided to pick up one or two new phrases and get my 20 to 30 minutes in, call it a win. Instead, I learned something unexpected. Not all AI real-time voice modes are created equal. I'm talking about that homie Claude. I went over to Claude to try it out, and I started with Claude's live voice feature, and you can see where I started and where I put in my goals. It's day 4, and you can see where I started doing this, and so within minutes, it felt like stepping back into an era of Voxer. Remember Voxer? That old app where it was like a walkie talkie, you had to push to talk. Um, yeah, Claude live voice mode works in a similar manner. Tap to talk, stop, listen, tap again. It absolutely broke the flow of the conversation that had in the previous days with Gemini and ChatGPT. It just was not smooth. I was constantly wondering, did it catch what I said? Is it waiting for me? Am I waiting for it? Is it my turn to talk? Yeah, the flow was just broken. The broken flow wasn't the biggest issue though. The biggest issue came that the Korean speech detection was abysmal. And at this point, I'm just saying I know the beginner phrases. 안녕하세요, 감사합니다, 저는 키티예요, like how to say my name, how to say thank you, those types of things, right? So I've been learning this for the past few days, but it just was not picking up what I was putting down. It kept getting hung up on what is that? And then it was like giving me these letters, and it just was not good. It would just fail to register. So I moved the phone. I tried to rearrange it and tried to say it slower. It just didn't work. It felt like a substitute teacher who walked in a room and was there for Korean class and said, yeah, just read these worksheets to yourself. I don't actually know Korean, so good luck with all that." And so it wasn't that great. And on its pronunciations, and even with my 4 days of Korean, I could tell something was off. Everything sounded like a British guy confidently mispronouncing every syllable, just taking and just butchering the language. 안녕하세요 became Young has EO. It was bad, y'all. Uh, so at that point, I basically was like, okay, I think I'm done with Claude. And I went back to Gemini. And it was like going back to a real teacher. Gemini is just, while I'm most used to ChatGPT's voice mode, Gemini is just the best when it comes to actually learning something because it's really good at scaffolding. The difference was immediate when I went from Claude, especially. It detected my Korean spot on. It pronounced the Korean correctly. It remembered my notes from yesterday, so I was able to feed back my notes from yesterday and then feed it to it today. And then it immediately picked that up and it gave me a little review quiz. Just, how do you say this? How do you say that? And then from there, it scaffolded like a good teacher to new material. So I learned how to say, I like. 저는 커피를 좋아해요. I like coffee. I learned how to say, I don't like. 저는 커피를 안 좋아해요. So I'm learning these phrases, and it was good. It just reinforced earlier material without feeling repetitive. It was like a teacher who understood the last class and was like, "Okay, class, you did that yesterday. Let's jump into this new material." So, final thoughts for today. Wasn't really a glamorous study day. It didn't go as smoothly as I wanted it to, but it was useful. It's useful to know that Claude's voice mode is, at least at this point, the live voice mode is not up to par. And I've tried it with other tasks as well before trying it with Korean, but I figured something like language learning, that's, a pretty applicable use for using AI live modes. It would be good. It wasn't. Gemini is still the best at teaching, detecting, and scaffolding Korean, and here I am still showing up on day 4, getting ready for day 5. So I did capture some video of me struggling through using Claude and through using ChatGPT, or not ChatGPT, I'm sorry, Gemini this time. So if you want to see that, I'm trying to keep these recap videos pretty short, but if you want to see that, then head over to my website and you can actually hear in real time like what it sounds like, the process, and me making some odd faces when Claude is giving me weird results. But that's going to do it for this update. And until next time, see you tomorrow.